this specific geodesic dome, this is our upgraded framework. So this is a 60 mil diameter framework by a 3 millimeter thickness. This is usually about double the size of any other dome size you'll see on the market. The wind load and snow load that this dome will withstand is going to greatly surpass any other structure out here in the mountains. It makes things a lot easier if you group your piping together as soon as you take it out of the package. You keep the like numbers together, make sure you have your G's together. If you have M's or any accessory piping, put those off to the side. You'll see the ones with the perforated holes in them. Those are going to be for installing windows, stove jacks, the solar fan, anything like that. And you want to make sure that you keep them in groups so you don't risk passing the wrong pipe or framework up to the people putting the dome together. It's important that whenever you're building your dome, to make sure that you start with your horizontal tubes on the outermost part of the dome. Then you're going to have your tubes coming up from the base next, and then the tubes going up to the top are on the innermost side of the dome. That way, you make sure that your dome is always curving inward and you retain the strength. When putting together the connections of the dome, you want to make sure that you have a washer on the outside with your bolt going through, followed by another washer on the inside, and then finally your nut. Whenever you're putting together your layers, you don't have to add the washer until it's your final tubing going on. Then you can add your washer and then tighten your nut to completion. You might want to leave it a little bit loose as you build the dome, so when it takes shape, you have a little bit of slack to be able to make your connections. On these bigger domes, when you get to a 12 meter, 15 meter, 18 meter, any of our custom sizes, you can actually utilize a crane and build the dome from the top down and just lift the dome up as you're building it. Right now, since we have limited access and we don't have machinery on site, we're building the dome from the bottom to the top, and everything will come together and close as we build up. Here we're going around and checking out the glass framework, making sure everything is tightened up before we continue the rest of the dome. We wanted to make sure we go around the whole base and secure everything so it's evenly placed from the outside of the platform, making sure that it's a complete circle. That way, you'll ensure that whenever you pull the cover over, you have a perfect amount of space all the way around the base to be able to attach the cover. Over here, we're starting to put together the skylight. It's nice to have it together before you lift it into the center of the dome so that you can make sure you get all of your connections at the same time. Whenever you're putting the glass framework together, you want to make sure that you're utilizing your square washers with the fat part in towards the dome to make sure that the dome is going to curve and all of your framework is going to curve with it. Yeah, the 4 is going to be your cross piece, and then you're going to have a 5 coming down with another 5 going to the right from that same connection. It's always good when you're building these larger domes to have one person watching the map at all times, and it's also good practice to have a highlighter to be able to mark off the tubes that you put on place as you go. That way you don't get confused or lost within the puzzle as you're putting it together. Yeah, that's the last one. Right now we're just finalizing the last pieces of framework that'll give the dome the structural integrity, and then we're going to pass up the skylight in 2 pieces and then finalize the whole outer circumference of the dome.